The Diplomacy magazine held its third annual event under the title Diplomacy Awards Top 25 in cooperation with the Embassy of Serbia in Egypt, which was chosen as the guest of honor for this round. The Ambassador of Serbia, along with the Ambassador of Bangladesh in Egypt, awarded the title of Goodwill Ambassador to a selective of Egyptian public figures in different fields.
Actually, my choice was very small. When I say small, there are so many people that deserves more than this. But one of the most important people that will always remember me of Egypt are Dr. Mustafa Waziri, Dr. Tagrad Arafa, the journalist from the national TV, and most of the prize winners, people who appreciate and facilitate our good relations. They've been a guest of honor. They went to Serbia. They interact with our people, and they are very well known over there. So it was a privilege to be tonight here.
For diplomatic relations, only ambassador cannot do anything. It is the people who make it difference. So I thought, let's make some important people of Egypt our goodwill ambassador. Let them know about Bangladesh and let them work for our country, and to relationship make stronger by them. So I choose some people with the help of Diplomacy magazine, those who are very prominent in business, in their field, like some doctors you have seen, and then some diplomats, of course, some ambassadors. So they all came together to be our goodwill ambassador.
This event also comes as part of Serbia's plan to promote tourism and cultural cooperation between the Egyptian and Serbian people, remarking 113 years of bilateral relations.
This is 110, we are talking about New Year. Actually, it's 113 years. But I also gave it to my speech an example of old lasting relation between two countries. I'm going back in 1235, during the Ayyubid dynasty, the ruler of Egypt, Hamil Abu Malik, he was a ruler at the time, he gathered with my king. So on the way back to my king's trip, he honored him with gift, necessary supplies to get back to Greece. And since then, he met him another year, it was 1237. So we found those artifacts, and with the Ministry of Antiquities at the time, now it is Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, we found from both sides two historians, and they will mark in 2035 8 centuries of diplomatic relations. So you can imagine that most of the countries did not exist when Serbia and Egypt had a diplomatic relation. I took my position in 2018. When I came, it was only 9,200 tourists from Serbia. You know, there were bad rumors, bad information about Egypt, security-wise, health-wise, people were a little bit afraid. But I try to open the eyes to people to get right information. This is the most secure country in the world, not anywhere else. So in 2019, it was only 150,000 tourists only in Hurghada. Without Cairo, without any other destination, Sharm el-Sheikh or North Coast, Alamein, Serbian tourists are coming. This year, 2020, it was planned and booked and already sold 300,000, but because of Corona and pandemic, it stopped, and I'm very disappointed about that because we gave a lot of efforts. But I have to thank Minister Khalid Al-Anani, Minister of Tourism and Antiquities. He is giving me always support, and he is giving me right information. So I use that and inform my people to come. So we are expecting in next week, we are gathering 100 doctors from Serbia coming to Hurghada to interact with the doctors of Egyptian hospitals, to interact with the experience during the COVID, because we know that in the world Egypt is well known with good doctors. Pharmacology is one of the best in the world, we know that.
The celebration also included the awarding of the honorary shield to the best ambassador in the Middle East, Europe, Asia, Africa, the Americas, and the Commonwealth of Independent States.
I'm very happy to be here, but also to work very hard. This is a challenger to work much more hard on that the work that I do until now. I'm very happy to be ambassador of Cuba in Egypt. Very happy. I love a lot the people of Egypt, and this is, I repeat, this is a challenger for the future. It means that we need to work much hard in order to build the bridge between our two countries.
Well, it's an absolute honour to be here today at the Diplomacy Awards. I've been here in Egypt for 2 years, and it's been such an amazing experience and an absolute privilege to serve my country and to build bilateral relationship with Egypt. Our relationship with Egypt goes back a very, very long time, and it continues to grow and strengthen. And it's just simply wonderful to be here and to be at an event like this and to be acknowledged and recognised for the work. Obviously, I'm not alone in my work. I have a fantastic team. I work closely with the Egyptian Foreign Ministry as well. So it's a team effort, our bilateral relationship, and it's just going from strength to strength, and I'm glad to see it continue.
The aim of gathering this group of honorees in one ceremony is to adequately introduce the Egyptian market, enhance the opportunities for Egyptian products to exist in foreign markets, open new markets to support economic development, and achieve the goals of the Egyptian state.
This year we are celebrating 50 years of our independence. We got independence in 1971, so this is a special year for us, Golden Jubilee. And you know, Egypt is always brother for Bangladesh, and Egypt-Bangladesh relations is very good. We have very good relations in trade, economy, education, especially with Al-Azhar. Thousands of students passed from Al-Azhar. We are very grateful to Egypt and Al-Azhar. You know, our relations is so good, it is so diverse in all aspects. We have many Bangladeshi experts working in garments factory and also some skilled worker. We have some investors from Bangladesh. There are some garments owners from Bangladesh. They invested in Free Zone, in Alexandria, in Ismailia, in also 10th of Ramadan. There are many managerial posts. And also we are learning from Egypt about irrigation, about agriculture, because Egyptian agriculture is so developed, so good. So there are some people coming from Bangladesh for training. So our relationship is two-way. It is win-win situation. We want to win from Egypt, and we want to give whatever we have to our Egyptian brothers.
I enjoy a lot working here, and we have been working very hard with the Egyptian side in order to push our bilateral relations, and in terms of economic perspective. And then we try to link people to people in terms of cultural cooperation as well. And another also field we have been working together in like education. We have been sending our Muslim Cambodians to Egypt every year, thanks to Al-Azhar and the Egyptian government who is supporting us with our Cambodian students here every year to learn Arabic and also the religious study. And all of them are enjoying studying here. In terms of the leadership of President Sisi, I really admire his leaderships. I think during almost my 3 years here, I found lots of developments, and many things have been improved in terms of infrastructure, economic perspective, health systems. Even you can control COVID very well during the pandemics, and your economics and GDP is also growing comparing to other countries in the region. Egypt have done a very good job under his leadership, so we really admire him.
Cooperates so well and both bilaterally and also in multinational and multilateral fora, be it in terms of disarmament at the United Nations. We're doing work together in the defence and security space. New Zealand has been an active contributor to the multinational forces and observers based in the Sinai. Currently has force command of the 13 countries that are up there at the moment, and also we're working quite closely in agriculture as well. So we're very keen to see Egypt succeed. We're working on a win-win relationship, and yeah, it's going really well.
The celebration also awarded 25 best men and women in terms of influence in Egypt, in addition to honoring 25 other men and women who had an influence on the current events in the Arab world.
Of course, I'm being honored to take part in this amazing event, and the fact that I'm being honored as an Egyptian woman, whether an artist or a businesswoman or somebody with a contribution to the society, to my industry, to my country, of course. I'm really honored to be chosen to be one of those names who are being honored tonight, especially from the Bangladesh embassy, which is something very interesting for me because I feel there's a lot of similarities between both cultures and countries in terms of what both countries need for development. and especially women's rights and children's rights and workers' rights as well. So I'm very happy to be chosen from the Embassy of Bangladesh to be their ambassador. It's such a lovely feeling, and I'm really honored. We are very honored and lucky to have somebody who appreciates women that much in a leading position like our president, and for the first time we have many women ministers. It's, I think, how many? I have 6, 7 female in very strong ministries that led by women. So I'm happy to represent Egyptian women in my industry, in my field.
You have to know that it's also a privilege to serve in Egypt, and it's not a secret because in the world, in our diplomacy, there are top 5 places. This is Moscow, Beijing, London, Washington and Cairo, and it was 100 years ago, and it is one of the most popular and important destination for Serbia. I believe with the push and what President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi is doing for Egypt and for my country, I will give you one more example. We do have in Serbia one museum of wax figures, something like Madame Tissot. And mostly the figures from our history is exposed there, from the culture since like 10 to 12 centuries. But we have 3 foreigners in our museum. From those 3 foreigners, 2 are from Egypt. It's Abdel Nasser, and President Fattah Abdel el-Sisi is one of the leaders with the wax figure.
Egypt enjoys a civilized image seen by the eyes of the world, considering this land the cradle to peace and civilization, and the land on which it is used to meet all those who seek and carry good and noble goals for humanity.